we need to talk about the problems with your third homework first. Let's remember the homework. This was the object, and it was a two-step homework. On 1A4 drawing paper with the header, you need to draw the upper, front, and left side views of this object. The dimensions were in millimeters. You need to hand draft this drawing, and after that you need to use markers to color your drawing. In the second part, I wanted you to draw an isometric projection of this object again by using your tools on a new A4 drawing paper with a new header. And again, you were supposed to do the coloring. Before you start the homework, you need to revise this exercise 7 and this exercise 8 here. Otherwise, you won't be able to do the homework in a right manner. We need to start by looking to the object from above. We could have divide our paper into 4 areas, and this is the upper view area here. If I don't want to cause any problems, I need to locate this object with a certain interval and the distance from these surfaces so that it won't be overlapping with these lines here, because right now I am looking at the horizontal projection plane, which is here. I assume that this part of my paper can indicate the horizontal projection plane. This vertical projection plane will be indicated by a line here, and profile projection plane will be here. This is how I can imagine when I'm drawing. I need to give just an interval. It can be just 1 centimeter or anything you want, and a distance since the width of the object. If I want it to fit in this area, I can minimize this distance here. It can be just like 5 millimeters or something, or 3 millimeters, anything will be enough. So I will be looking at this object here. I can start with the surfaces that are closest to me. So these will be my 2 square areas, 2 square surfaces, and I need to use my continuous and middle thickness, middle darkness lines to indicate these surfaces. Once I finish them and they are all closed, as you can see, with nice intersections here on all corners, I can move on to another surface that is a little bit lower than these 2. So I can use, again, middle thickness, middle darkness continuous lines to indicate this surface. However, I am leaving 2 tiny gaps to indicate that there is a level difference between these 3 surfaces. This level difference can be indicated by these 2 little gaps, but you shouldn't do wide gaps. They need to be no more than the tip of your pencil, these 4 connections, intersections. Since I finished these 3 surfaces, I can move on, and there is another surface right in front of me. Again, I am using my middle thickness, middle darkness continuous lines. However, because there is this interval difference, the level difference between these 2 points here, I am leaving those tiny gaps as well. Now I finished the upper view, the top view. I can move on to the front view. I changed my position here. I'm right here, right now. I'm looking at the vertical projection plane, which is here, this part of my drawing paper. And I cannot be able to see the horizontal projection plane. I am seeing the edge that I represent with this line. And this goes same with the profile projection plane. It's just a line here. So I can look at the object and start drawing. And if I don't want to cause a problem, a confusion for the viewer, for other people, I can just elevate this object a little bit so that this bottom edge of the object will not coincide with this horizontal projection plane. It can be just 1 centimeter or half centimeter or anything you want. A little gap should be enough. I can start drawing now. This is the closest surface to me, and all these surfaces are being indicated by these lines on the upper view. So this is what I am supposed to transfer up here, up this part of the paper, and I need to use the heights here, and all these lines are being drawn by thin and gray, barely visible lines, continuous lines, because they are my guidance lines. And since all these surfaces are connected to each other, even if there is an interval difference between them, there is no interval difference at these connections. So I am leaving no gaps here on these corners. There are continuous surfaces, there are continuous lines. There is no interval difference between here and here, here and here. They are connecting at the same corner, so I am leaving no gaps there. And this was the closest surface to me, so I can move on to one at the back, this one here, and they are these lines. All these surfaces are being represented by these lines in the top view. So this is what I need to transfer with my gray and thin lines so that I will be able to use them as guidance and draw the edges, the frame of the object, the surface, with my middle thickness, middle darkness lines. However, because there is an interval difference between these two corners, I am leaving again two tiny gaps here and here to indicate this interval difference. This is important. And now I finished the front view, so I can move on to the left side view. Since this guy is standing here in the front of the object, this side will be his left side. So all these surfaces will be the left side view. He need to change his position to here. He need to stand here and look at this direction. If the question asked me to draw the right side view, I should think that this will be the right side of the man. So this will be, again, the right side of the object. This is how I am supposed to think. And so he moved to the left side. He is right now looking at the profile projection plane. It is here. He cannot be able to see the vertical projection plane. He is just seeing the edge. And so this line represents the vertical projection plane. And again, this one here represents the horizontal projection plane. In order to draw these surfaces, I need to carry, and they are being represented by these lines here on the top view, and these lines here on the front view. Actually, it's not just this line here. I think that was a mistake. It needs to be this surface here. Yeah, this is correct. This surface is being represented by this line here. However, this surface is here, that surface. So this is what I need to transfer. I need to transfer this level here, and then this back corner here with my compass. So this corner, the intersection of these two guiding lines will indicate this back corner here. And if I want to find this front corner, I need to transfer this corner with my compass. So this will be the front corner. And it goes same like this. I need to transfer this level, which is here and here. And if I transfer this edge here, I will be looking at this line. And in order to complete the drawing, I need to transfer this corner here so that I will be drawing that line like this. And by using these guiding lines, please be careful. I need to connect them one by one. If I prefer to draw them, all the guiding lines at once, it will be very confusing for me. If I go like this, step by step, I will be able to locate every one of the corners. Let's do it one more time. In order to find this back corner, I need to first transfer its level and its interval by using the top view. So I will be I will be looking at the corner here at their intersection. And in order to find the front corner, I need to transfer this interval, and there you go. This is the front corner. In order to locate this edge and that one here, first I need to transfer their levels, and then I need to, if I carry this distance here, I will be looking at this line, this red line here, this one here, and if I transfer this front corner, I will be looking at the edge of the object. So let's check if there is anything missing. Is there any other surfaces that the man sees? No, that's all the surfaces that he sees. However, the drawing is not completed yet because I need to, even if the man cannot be able to see this surface because this part here blocks it, I need to indicate it. I need to make a drawing to indicate that surface here, and it is that this surface is being represented by this line here and this one here, and this is all I can do. I can just transfer this edge here with this dashed lines. Even if they are dashed lines, I am still using middle thickness, middle darkness lines. I am not using barely visible lines. This will be the bottom edge of this red surface here, and it will be all. Please be careful about the line weights, and you need to do as close as this example, and there should be at least twice the size between the thickness of the guiding lines and the visible object edges. Once you finish it, you can make the coloring according to the coloring rules that we discussed. And for the second part of your object, you need this upper view here, and you need to redraw this by using 30-degree angles and true sizes. So in order to create these lines, I need to use a 30-degree inclined line here on my paper with their true sizes, and all the lines that are parallel to this blue line here, I can create lines that are parallel to this one here. Again, it's a 30-degree angle, and I need to use the true sizes. For the upper view, in order to complete the upper view, there are other lines that are parallel to this red line, so I will be drawing parallel to this 30-degree here, and for the rest of the lines, they will be parallel to the blue line, and they will be in all true sizes. So I can do this drawing. I can start by locating this corner here, and then I need to measure so that I will give this distance as the gap. I need to draw this much here, this line here, and I need to create the whole upper view with thin and barely visible lines. This was the first step, so I can move on to the second step, which are the heights. By using the front or the left side view, I can remember the heights of every corner. Like this back corner here, it is this much height, and this corner here again, it is this much height, and here this front edge is this height. So I will be creating the object, and this is the end of the second step. So I can move on to the third step. I need to effectuate or indicate the actual lines that I can see with my middle thickness, middle darkness lines. These are the edges that I can see. However, there are some other edges, like this back edge here, that I need to indicate with dashed lines. Even if I cannot see them, I need to indicate them with dashed lines, but only the actual edges, like this back edge here, and this one here, and this back line here, and all the inner surfaces here. That's all. Once I finish it, I need to leave these guiding lines as they are, and then I can start the coloring. And I want to show you some examples, and these are, some parts of these examples are correct. However, there are mistakes. So please watch carefully so you won't be doing the same mistakes in your future exercises or homeworks. Here you see an example. There's a problem with the coloring. However, there is another big problem. This student forgot to indicate that hidden line there. And here, since they didn't give any interval, distance, or level for this object, all these views are smashed together. So it is very confusing for other people. They won't be understand the object like this. And also they forgot to draw that hidden line with dashed lines. Also, again, there is this problem with the with this one here. However, I don't understand why they prefer to do these lines, what they stand for. No need to do that. Very mixed lines. It's very hard to understand which are the scene lines, which are the guiding lines, because of the line weights and because of the bad coloring. And they forgot to indicate these two upper surfaces. And because they didn't draw the upper surfaces here and they didn't carry it, how they will be able to indicate this width here, it doesn't make sense. Also, this goes same with this level here. Since they didn't draw this line here, there's nothing to carry, transfer here, so they won't be able to draw it like that. These are very important for me. I am not just interested in the result, but how you manage that result. The method is very important for me. So even if let's say that the result was correct, they couldn't get enough points because the method is wrong. So it's just a coincidence, we can say. Nice drawing, nice, we can say that, not very good, but middle nice coloring. However, the position of the top view is wrong, and we cannot see any guidance lines here. Bad coloring, bad line weights, missing information. And how about this one here? There is no need to draw that line because there isn't a line. There isn't an edge for that object. Line weights are not good. However, they forgot to indicate these lines as well. And no one, only just like 2 or 3 students, no one cared about these gaps here. They forgot to indicate these lines. Yeah, the position of the top view. is wrong. Yeah, one of the examples who actually considered these gaps, and they left the gap with the coloring. However, the positions of the views are wrong. And please do not forget that if there is no interval or distance or level difference, we shouldn't leave the gaps. That's not correct. Since these surfaces are continuous surfaces, you shouldn't leave the gap. If you draw it like this, then you will be giving the message that this object is something like this. Instead of this continuous surface, there is a distance difference. If you do this, then it will mean this. So it's not correct. And this goes same with the front view as well. If you leave these gaps here, then you will be looking at an object like this, that there is an interval difference between these two surfaces. However, there is not. So you need to be careful about these gaps. And this upper view is correct since there is a level difference between these two and these two surfaces. The gaps are correct, and since there is also another difference between all these surfaces, then this is correct. So please be careful about that. Only 3 students out of 135 students, they considered leaving these gaps. And please do not leave a gap like this to indicate your dashed lines. There is no need for this gap. This is totally wrong, and this is wrong as well, as I explained before. Line weights are not good. I am looking for at least a twice size difference. You shouldn't prefer 2 line weights that are very close to each other. Instead of these two, you should go for this one and this one. So we will be able to understand the difference between the guiding lines and the actual edges of the objects. If this is your normal middle thickness, middle darkness lines, this should be the same with it. However, it's thinner than it. This one here. And again, this is very thin. If you compare it with this line here, these are very important things. Again, this is a nice line weight. If you choose this one here, there should be a difference with your guiding lines. However, you should be as well careful about the header, the lines of the header. You are trying to use the same thickness here. If this is your normal lines, middle thickness, middle darkness lines, these should be the same. Please be careful about them. You shouldn't do this. If you start with this thickness, you should manage the same thickness till the end of the line. You shouldn't change it like that. Please be careful about the usage of these dashed lines. These are not correct. You should do them with your compass, and you should try to do the same thickness, the same darkness with these guiding lines. And there is no point to draw this corner here. This was something that I created for you to understand the distance there. So you shouldn't do it. There is no need to do that. And these are some very interesting examples here to students. They just draw these arrows, but why? Why did they need that? You are just trying to memorize things. You are not trying to understand the logic behind it. This was something we used for one of our previous homeworks or exercises. You don't pay attention during the lectures, you don't watch the videos, so you are making these kind of non-logical, irresponsible mistakes. Not just one student, but also. And this is another very interesting example. Why did you do these dashed lines, and why did you carry them to the other views? in the question, no one told you about an empty box. This was again one of our previous exercises, a totally different object, a totally different exercise. Please be careful about these mistakes. Another one here. Why do you need a surface like this? And if you are indicating that there is a level difference, why don't you use it for these surfaces here? And we can understand that by looking their perspective, their isometric projection as well, and in the projection or here in this type of projection, you don't need these gaps because you are already giving that there is a level difference. You need these gaps here on the top view because this indicates the third dimension. However, here you cannot be able to see the third dimension. You should be very careful about these things. And also, I specifically told you to choose a direction for your brush strokes or paint strokes to indicate the surfaces. If I were you, I would prefer this direction for these vertical surfaces and this direction for the other surfaces so that you will be giving a more reasonable information. Nice coloring, however, the angles are wrong. We were looking for a 30-degree angle. This one is a military projection, a 45-degree angle. And I wanted you to follow these steps as I do. First, do the upper view, top view, and then do the heights, and then effectuate the visible lines and non-visible edges. Here, where are your guiding lines? Where are the dashed lines? And also, I specifically told you not to block your drawing by using your colors. Your painting shouldn't block the drawing. So you need to work on that. Again, a very pointless thing to do. No need to do that. There is no edge there here. Very nice drawing, coloring, but the color preferences are good, but the guiding lines are missing, the dashed lines are missing. So even if the result is correct, they cannot get the full points because they missed the steps. I want to see that you are actually following the true method here. And please be careful about your dashed lines. There are no edges here. These are just guiding lines you create to draw this isometric projection. You need to use your dashed lines to indicate the hidden parts or blocked edges of your drawing, of your object. And please be careful about the contours for your painting. Again, wrong dashed lines. Here we can see, this is what I'm looking for. We can see the guiding lines, and this is a correct example. Only 6 students out of 135 followed the steps correctly. If you don't follow the steps, you will be making mistakes. If you don't want to make mistakes, and follow the steps. Be careful about your color preferences. The drawing is blocked because of the painting and because of the dark color here. Nice coloring, nice drawing. Be careful about the line weights. Here, these are good examples. However, I cannot see their guiding lines. And please do not use these guiding lines as you want. This is not what I'm looking for. And if you use guiding lines here, then your projection is wrong. You should first do the upper view and then elevate the other surfaces using the heights here. Please do not draw some random lines like that. And it's not Correct. Look, if they are parallel and if they are in the same length, then this line here shouldn't leave any gap between the surfaces. And it goes the same like this here. Uh, this means that the student didn't understand what they are doing. They are just creating some random lines. I don't know why. And many students that did this. And do you think that this looks more artistic, more something like this? No, no need to do that. It's just confusing. It's time consuming. Please be careful about your lettering. I don't want to see them like this. Also, the drawing is blocked again by the painting. Very bad color preferences. A bad header. Line weights are not correct. And not just the color preferences here, also we should indicate the same surfaces with the same colors. So this is confusing. These are not correct. Again, this header and the frame, they are important. If you experience problems with these previous subjects, then you will be losing points. These lettering are not good. Lettering is not bad here in this example. However, the drawing quality is bad and line weights are not correct. Please do not do these. They look ugly. They are not good. A very bad coloring technique. Don't do them. Again, here, I think the student missed the lecture in kindergarten, probably not our previous lecture. They should go back to kindergarten and you do these stuff.